It's a joy for me to be here with my friend Remi Adeleke, who was an actor in the recent Transformers film, is an author with a forthcoming book, and has also acted in some other shows and things, and also a former Navy SEAL. And just an incredible all-around guy. And we're here talking about the movie Samson, which is coming out to theaters nationwide this February. And it's that powerful biblical story about God's supernatural power in a person's life, and how even when Samson thought everything was over and he had failed and gone too far, God's grace was still there at the end of his life to transform. And that's a powerful message. Absolutely. But I'd love for you, Remi, just to share a little bit of your story, and then let's talk about why this movie is so important.
Absolutely. I was born in Western Africa. Grew up and lived in Nigeria until I was about 5. Because of my father's success as an engineer, we pretty much lived a life of opulence. We traveled the world. We had nannies, drivers, cars. We had a lot of money, essentially. In 1987, my father died, and in the same breath of my father's death, the Nigerian government stripped us of everything. So we went from having everything, being rich one day, to the next day having absolutely nothing. My mom, being the strong woman that she is, permanently relocated my brother and I to New York City, and I grew up in the Bronx. And by the time I was 19, I had gotten involved in a lot of bad activities, selling drugs, running the scams, hustling, disobeying my mom, just being a reckless individual, kind of like Samson was. But through a circumstance that took place, I decided to join the Navy, and the Navy really helped to turn me around some aspects of my life, but it didn't turn me around fully, and I still made a lot of mistakes like Samson. And then something happened in 2008. I was sent over to cold weather survival training in Alaska, and when I was there, I just had time to reflect on my life, and it was in that season that God just began to show me who I was and what I had become. And as he showed me what I had become and how I treated people, how I lied and did all of these bad, reckless things, I didn't like what I saw. And so in my pain, in my self-reflection, I decided to cry out to Christ, just as Samson cried out to God in his despair. And Christ came into my life and changed me and transformed me and just gave me a new start in life.
Man, such a powerful story. And I've been loving some of the things that people have been able to hear more of your story. I'm so excited for people to hear more. Let's talk for a moment about Samson and why this story is so important and why everyone needs to see it.
Yeah, I mean, everyone needs to see it because his story is, again, it's a story of redemption. And right now, in the culture that we're living in now, and the world that we're living in now, there's a lot of people that are in need for redemption. You know, there are a lot of people who need to hope for something, who need a second chance, who need to be transformed. And in the story of Samson, we're able to see that. We're able to see a person who made so many mistakes over and over and over and over again, but despite all of those mistakes, God was able to still redeem him and use him. And essentially that's the message in the film, and that's the message that I like to share with people, that no matter how far you are away from God, how far you think you are away from God, or no matter how many bad decisions you made, just like me, just like Samson, there's always hope and redemption and a new chance, a new lease on life.
I love that. That's a powerful word. No matter how far you think you've gone, God is still reaching out his hand to restore you and to draw you to himself and to change your circumstances, to change your life. Thank you so much, Remi. We're excited for you to see this film. Coming soon to theaters. Get excited. Bring all your friends.